course, what you need in weather like this, I always think, is sort of internal central heating, you know?
Not all American industry is high-tech. This Kentucky bourbon distillery preserves the style and methods of the distant past. We've had the unbridled part of Kentucky, now for the spirit.
We're the smallest, slowest, oldest distillery in the United States.
Chris Morris has the enviable post of master distiller.
Both my mother and father worked here. Every night I remember Mom cooking dinner, and she'd always have a glass of bourbon on the counter, come through the kitchen as a small boy and say, Mom, can I have a sip? I'd take a sip and, oh, I don't like that. We'd have a good laugh and off I went. And now, of course, my reaction would be very different.
You like it very much. Looks more like a Victorian prison, doesn't it?
Those bars date back to Prohibition.
Of course, I've completely forgotten them. We're in a country here.
Yes.
Where for 15 years or so,
Exactly.
alcohol of any kind was federally prohibited.
Prohibited.
We do the usual distillery tour thing, and charming it is too.
Oh, the smell!
But the part that really interests me is the little tasting session.
What it all comes down to is this gorgeous brown liquid.
Yes, the whiskey has to speak for itself. And it speaks in a language that, if you're a wine connoisseur or a malt whiskey connoisseur, you might be very familiar with it. Vanilla, caramel, there's a little hint of dark chocolate and maple syrup in this glass, baked apple, black pepper, cinnamon, tobacco leaf, coffee bean, and a little bit of pecan in every glass.
Wow. Now, to me, that's almost a poem. But is there more to it than that? I mean, is it actually just subjective, your opinion, or is there some precision and science in that?
Well, it is science. So if you say, I have a hint of cinnamon, that's cinaldehyde. That is the same chemical that makes cinnamon be cinnamon. Now, nose that one, and it should have some distinctive oak notes. Some
Yeah, it is woody, definitely.
Discernibly woody notes.
Yep, that's sort of dusty wood, actually, isn't it?
We have a sample here that is one of my favorite types. It should be creamier, sweeter. Oh, try that one. Compare it to this one.
Amazingly.
Which is going to be a little still awful smooth.
It is, isn't it? Oh.
Butterscotch and honey, black pepper and coffee bean, cherry, vanilla,
Chris, don't think me pretentious. This smell is an autumnal walk in the countryside, probably about 7 miles from Aldershot, on the fringe of an old wood, a spinney or a copse, possibly, if not a spinney. It's a copse, definitely. Yeah, it's a copse. And there's a Labrador, a slightly wet Labrador panting, and a little bit of that Labrador's breath is in here. But that, again, that sounds bad, but it isn't. I think Stevie should have a little lie down. Oh.